Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. It's time for a totally new game, Disco Elysium, that I just picked up because Steam sale and getting it a little cheaper was nice. I've been looking forward to playing this game for quite a long time, ever since it was still called No Truce with the Furies, and now finally going to play it. So I hope this is going to turn out alright. Please tell me if like the music and everything is too loud, or if, you know, the volumes are fine and balanced. And yeah, we're gonna be... I might turn down the music just a little bit. And yeah, then we're gonna start a new game. I'm not quite sure where the game is running at 20 FPS. I hope that's just kinda for the menu, but we'll see. So, you can choose an archetype: the thinker, the sensitive, the physical. I'm gonna create my own, because I want to try and get that done. So we're gonna have a good intellect, an average psyche. Tell me more about this game. Is it a card game? No, it is not. You will see. You will see the game. Our physique is gonna be weak, and our motorics are gonna be average. I think this is kind of alright. Now, why is this running at 20 FPS? I really don't understand. I hope it's not doing this in the game, because otherwise I might have to restart it. Also, hey, WikiWolf, Dillis, hello, and Sampelia, hello, hello. Alright, so, this is where we can choose our signature skill. So, there are all kinds of different skills, like logic and encyclopedia and so on. I've already looked at this stuff. There's like pain threshold and electrochemistry. And as my signature skill, I'm going to go with suggestion, because suggestion is charming men and women and playing the puppet master. And since my girlfriend always tells me how charming I am, I figured that this could be my signature skill, which, you know, raises it by one level, so that's kind of nice. And with that, we shall go into the actual game and hope that it's not stuck to 20 FPS. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. And then it went away. Damn it.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
So this is the ancient reptilian brain talking. So for the people who don't know anything about this game, a big idea in this game is that you basically, in your head, have conversations with the different parts of your, like, psyche, of what makes you you, right? So, for example, when we're living our life like this right now, right? If you hit your head and you feel pain, that's like, you know, a part of your body telling you, you just hit your head, you feel pain. And basically in this game, we would be having a conversation with our part of that body who would be telling us, you hit your head, like, you feel a lot of pain. And then we could have a conversation with him about how bad the pain is. And if we manage to, you know, get the conversation in the correct order, or if we, like, manage a skill check, we might be able to, you know, just work through the pain. And if we fail it, then the hit might have been so bad that, you know, we might, like, get a small concussion or something like that. So that's the kind of game this is.
Ever.
And that right now our ancient reptilian brain is talking to us.
Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever? Simply keep on non-existing. Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Oh, nice. We've got Austin Powers' brain right here.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
No ex-wives? Wait, what was that about the ex?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness.
Okay, see,
of the meat thing.
because we just asked about our ex, which is obviously, you know, like a thing that we know we had an ex-wife and so on, she's part of the real world, so to speak. Our limbic system is now telling us that we're slowly starting to realize again that we're inside a body and we're feeling stuff, and it's basically telling us, if you keep thinking about this shit, you're gonna eventually wake up and things gonna be real shit. Now, we're plunging back into the fathomless deep.
There. No border, me. No light in the formless nothing. Just night swimming.
Oh yeah, baby, how about you cuff up some more of that sweet oblivion?
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Oh man, allons-y, let's go!
Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough.
Well, let's visit the ancient Zero Home.
Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will.
Oh, don't stop, keep singing. Sing me the Song of Death.
The Song of Death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation.
Oh no, 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 I
Like
don't
a
want
fly
to.
to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Oh yeah, I love me some disco music. Mother, help me, there's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it. Stop, I don't want to hear anything more about this sensation. Take me back. No, Mother, help me, there's a head.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Oh, who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own mouth?
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Oh, and here's our encyclopedia. So basically, encyclopedia is the part of our brain that has all our knowledge, where it's like, we know that this is the Cupris kinema motor carriage sound. Also, yeah, please tell me if I need to turn the game down in comparison to my voice. This is probably a good test right now. Also, the game still seems to be running at 20 FPS, so I might need to change something here. I'm not 100% sure why it would be doing this. So give me just a second, I will see if there's something here that I accidentally changed or haven't changed. I'm not quite sure why it would do it. It shouldn't have anything to do with like anti-aliasing or so on. No. I might have to... Second, I might have to like... Oh, now it's going up to... Okay. And now it's going back down to 20 when I have it set to full screen. Why would it do that? Why would you do that, game? Why are you going down to 20? Give me 1 second. I need to fix something about this. I mean, I don't know what to fix about this, but... Why is it going... That makes no sense. Why is it going down to 20 FPS? It really shouldn't be doing that. Like, it should not be doing that. Why are you doing this, game? I don't understand, game. What is your problem with this? Why are you running at 60 when I don't have you... Okay, we might have to do some testing here, which is... I'm not really fine with, but... What can you do? This is a weird card game? I even said it wasn't a card game. I literally told you what this game is. 1 second, why is this game doing that? One second, I need to like check something here. If maybe like my TV output is fucking this up. Okay, would you look at that? Now we're probably properly in this. Alright, yeah, okay, this is running a lot better. Okay, sorry about this. Alright, we are this man. And we're in our undies. And we have a crotch, so... But yeah, sorry about this. Tell me if you want me to turn down the volume of stuff a little bit, by the way. I will absolutely do that. And we'll see if that helps. We'll turn it down, like, a little bit. Okay, hold tab to highlight. So first thing we can do is let's put some pants on, shall we? Now we have pants on. And our perception of hearing says you hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. Fish them out. It says whirling in rags on the aluminum keyring. There is a single key on the ring, the number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Well, that's what we drank, I guess. Item gained, empty cassette case. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on. Roll and empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Could it have been me? Yeah, would explain headache, I was about to say. Let's put on disco jacket. Disco ass blazer. So we have an inventory here as well. We have like health and everything. So right now, because of items that we're wearing, we get pluses and minuses to stuff. So we have like -1 to savoir-faire, which is for like sneaking and so on. And we have +1 to electrochemistry, which we get from our pants because they're tight around the crotch. And I can like zoom in and out. What do we have here? There's a tie on that. This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Well, we're going to turn the fan off. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. Alright, we have an 83... So this is where we use savoir-faire. Medium 10 is a check. And we have an 83% chance of getting this because we have a savoir-faire of 2 and we get +3 because we turned the fan off. And we did it. Nice. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. And apparently we can turn on the light bulb. Ugh, a terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Oh, okay. Let's not put the lights on, seeing how we have a terrible, terrible headache and hangover. Also, this is our character portrait right here. Hey, Velas. You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. Oh, and there's a white satin shirt. Nice. Now we're wearing a shirt as well, so... No shoes yet, but we're getting there. And we've got a mirror. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really? Nothing? Really. All recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking, it was a deluge of world-ending proportions. Well, wipe the mirror. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror, my inland empire speaks to me and says, "Abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you will see there, and you will never unbecome it." Maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face? Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with it. What's wrong? Where to even begin? We're having a conversation with a mirror, by the way. There's the bloatedness, the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. I'm sorry, touch your nose. At least my tongue is okay. Touch your nose. I bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it, and it doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. Well, at least my tongue is okay. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Well, we're wiping the mirror, though. Ugh! We're hideous! How much are we planning to play this? I'm gonna be playing this for the next couple of hours, Valus. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Dear Lord, what is this? Of course I do. It's some kind of superstar. I think I'm a superstar. This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic. Dear Lord help me, what is this? Whatever it is, at least it's dead now. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? I'm not making it, the face is making it. I have no idea why it's there, it just is. Please stop, it's horrible. You're scaring yourself. No, I will keep making this face. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Superstardom? God, I don't know, it's indescribable. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies. Please promise yourself you're not going to try it on any of the ladies, whatever happens. What? No one tells Kleikason what to do? Gained experience +5. That's right, not even yourself. Go ahead, try something. It's not in order. So, Encyclopedia Formidable 13. Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression. Electrochemistry Impossible 18. Attempt to stop the expression from happening. So, if you look at what it says there, by the way, above the dice, it says this is a white check, you may retry it. So, white checks are things that we can attempt as many times as we want, I believe, until we are able to actually do them. So, there are red checks, I think, as well, which you can only try once, and then you either do them or you don't do them. Well, let's try and dig into your mind to locate the source of the expression. We've done it. It belongs in the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But, more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million. Drama says, if it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music in an open-air boîte de nuit somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit, and then he made the expression. So I adopted it? Why? Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. Click, click. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. How long ago was the new? Some 20-odd years. There's a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression looking good on you. Or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. I like how it's called the expression. It's literally just someone like trying to smile, I guess. Anything else? Like, who am I? Why did I drink myself into oblivion? You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a Caprice Kinema. Well, I guess that's it then. Thought gained. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne cork smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. Well, let's try a 3% chance that says impossible. Wow, we failed. Locked. Put skill points into electrochemistry to open this. So basically, you can try it, and then you have to put points in. Hey, what's up, Fury Fighter? Yeah, and then you can put points in and unlock it to try it again. It's too late. Like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it. Alright, I guess we're done with the mirror, and we know what we look like now. And we have thoughts. So, I don't quite know how these work just yet. But from what I believe is that you can spend skill points on them. Like, you can, like, internalize them. Which puts stuff in there. Like, right now, logic -1. And I think that you can, like, have those thoughts in your head. And if you have enough skill points, you can, or experience or whatever, you can, like, turn them into a positive. I'm not actually sure yet. Yeah, Fury, I'm holding up right well. All good here. Hydra Major, what's up? Thoughts? Yes. Thoughts. No, thoughts. Whatever happened to Guillaume Le Million, who, with his amber mane and sparkling teeth, amber, I thought so, well, beguiled the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust? Or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slendering new lines of some starlit boîte de nuit 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Or wait, maybe he became a police officer in Revachol West. I wonder if we are supposed to have been that. Anyway, I'm going to internalize this, which I guess does something and gives us logic -1 for now. The game hasn't explained anything yet, so... I guess we have this item, but I don't think we can actually do anything with it. We can have bullets at some points. Sadly, I can't wear it as a hat, but... Okay, the door seems to be locked. I'm still, like, kind of stumbling around. Oh, there's a shoe over here. But just a single shoe. You're on your birthday vacation 34 tomorrow. This means, yay, I can watch streams. Nice! So, yeah, like 34. That's actually me right now. I'm turning 35 next year, birthday, so next year. It's a good age, man. We're right in the middle of it. We're right there. We're still young, but we're adults too. At least I like to believe I'm an adult. Anyway, so I have a shoe, but I'm missing my right shoe. My right shoe. Fucking Pokemon always coming in here. Broken window. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. Look outside. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. Well, let's assess the damage. Visual calculus says the shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. Did I break it with my own hands? Look at them. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. What did this then? More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. Wait, what am I doing? Something you've done before. Okay. Assess the size of the impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would also have been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. What if it wasn't me? You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it? I should go and get that shoe. Task gained. Find your other shoe. 5 experience gained. Broken window. Alright, from what I've seen, we have exhausted our options in this apartment, so... leave. So this is Sims, but everyone's mental, so Sims. Yeah, a little bit like that. There's a lot less disco happening than I thought there would be. Oh, I'm sure we'll get some disco soon. Alright, what do we have here? The calendar says it's March. The year is 51. Revachol Special Administration Region. Let's talk to this fine lady.
Officer.
Hello, officer. Glacier, Miss Orange Disco Dancer. The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Perception, sight. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
She seems perplexed by your question. Oh wait, I know. I'm a businessman. Chief Executive Officer, right? Then why did you call me an officer? Wait, why did you call me an
Because
officer?
you're a police officer, sir.
She pulls on her cigarette. Are you sure? You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
She takes another drag. Wait, all this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
Okay, what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Why don't I remember being a cop? Suggestion. Challenging 12. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. Let's ask other stuff beforehand, shall we? Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else? Could it be because of the drinking? She raises an eyebrow. The cigarette sizzles. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Okay, people, we have a 28. We have a 28% chance to use the expression on that lady and let her know. I believe we're going to let her know. Yeah, that didn't work. The words have already left your mouth. I want to have fuck with you. I want to have fuck with you. She erupts in laughter, all the fatigue swept from her face. What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again. I said I wanted to have sex with you. No, you see, that's not what you said. You said, but she's unable to finish, consumed with laughter. Hey, I mean, it seems to work. We got her to laugh. We're in. Like, we're in, basically. We're basically in. Hey, Rye. Come on, man, pretty please. I said I want to have fuck with you. Goddamn right you did, you crazy asshole, you. She wipes the tears from her eyes. What kind of cop are you? Okay, I'm a cop of the apocalypse. Superstar cop, I can no longer deny it. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that. You're pretty. I'm sorry, I'm the sorry cop. I'm not sure I'm a cop at all. I sure don't remember being one. I think I might have lied. I'm superstar cop. I can no longer deny it. Okay, that's cool. Or if I can just maybe ask you to elaborate on that superstardom a tiny bit? It means I'm a bloated old drunk with sideburns and disco pants. If I don't have a joke up my sleeve, it's on me. I am a scion of Guillaume le Million. Definitely a scion. Or maybe you are Guillaume le Million. He'd be about your age now. Think about it. One thing, though. She extinguishes her cigarette.
It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me.
Oh, what? I have to interrogate you?
And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
Okay? Huh. By the way, I just noticed that he's following my cursor. That's pretty cool. Interesting. Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. Alright, let's find our other shoe, shall we? I can actually run now by double-clicking, which is nice. We have here. There's something on the table. It's money! I like money. Short on money, equip a plastic bag, collect bottles, and sell them at Fritte. Seriously? Did I tell everyone here about my really shit after Thanksgiving time? You have not, Demon Dragon. You have not. If this is a story that people are interested in, feel free to tell it, unless it's something that will just make everyone feel miserable. A gust of briny wind washes over you. Here's my other shoe. We are now wearing 2 shoes. Which gives us composure because they have awesome watchtower heels, but it also gives us -1 savoir-faire because the heels are ridiculously high. Task complete, find your other shoe. Composure. There they both are, 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet. Conceptualization. Like 2 baby crocodiles. How do they fit? Composure says good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. Composure +1. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Whirling in rags. Okay, so that is what this place is called. I see. Revachol is pronounced Rivachol. Okay, Oranje is pronounced Oranje. Classier is pronounced Classier. Wow, okay, I'm pretty alright at this. So, Rivachol. We have here. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. You can sleep after 21. Sleeping heals all your health and morale. Okay. So sleeping after 9 then. By the way, I really love the art style of this game. Like these like smudged painted backgrounds. It's quite nice. What do we have here? This is where the lyrics would be. A big old karaoke mic, just waiting for someone to sing into it. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. Inland Empire says, you should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know of your vast oceanic soul. Oh, my soul is immense, utterly, and it needs to be heard. Through a PA system, by other people. Now this goes well with the theory I'm developing, that I'm a down-on-my-luck superstar person. Well, what should I sing when it comes to it? You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Of course, they'll really get a gauge on my soul with that one. I was thinking maybe I could sing something happy, you know, get the crowd going. Yeah, I want to sing something happy. No, don't sing the happy song, it's stupid. Sing the sad song, it's profound. New task, sing karaoke. You would need another copy of the tape first though, the one upstairs is destroyed. Well, this does go well with my theory I'm developing. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yeah, that sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. Okay. This feels right. You belong here. I belong on the stage, baby. This. Noza fed. Healing item gained. Noza fed. Okay. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today starts in the man's handwriting. Guard the cafeteria manager. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Empathy says that was disdain in his eyes, even though he is purposefully ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan. Look at the stuffed bird. A competent work of taxidermy, the white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. A man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it. Most likely on a wall. Encyclopedia says, this is a great skua. The seabird is a symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. Something about it makes you feel bitter. That's the great skua, right? Look, your buddy is over
there.
He looks at the doors, where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy? He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird. I sense that you're not a fan of mine.
You're a hero. A real hero, cop.
I mean, thanks, I know I am, but... Logic. Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this? You're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
Did you write in, take the body down, solve the murder, not trash my hostel room? I'm guessing I didn't do any of those things? I do not appreciate your tone. This is no way to talk to an officer. I'm guessing I didn't do any of
You're
those
right.
things.
You didn't. And it's only taken you 3 days not to.
What have I been doing all this time? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
He looks down again and keeps plucking at the bird. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
Oh, so he's a bartender with a fancy name. He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject. Oh, really? Okay, if this is a touchy subject, let's piss this piece of shit off, okay? You look like a
That
bartender.
period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
Oh yeah, so what's the
I
difference?
have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know.
He shrugs. Drama says his eyes dart from left to right. This man is not lying, but he is hiding something.
So now you're a cop? Forget it.
Right. So we're getting autosaves, which is nice. So we still have to sing karaoke. And I don't know why it keeps telling me that something is up with my inventory, but we'll see. So this is, by the way, all our stats here, as you can see. Looks like a tentacle monster on the counter. I know that it looks really weird, but it's not though. Alright, so he said something about our buddy in the bomber jacket. Is it this guy? I don't know, but here's a lady. A sign reads, mess hall reserved for union members, doors open at 4. Okay. There's a pinball. This royal pinball machine is unplugged.
Hello, sweetie.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods toward the man in the orange bomber jacket. Okay. Kim Kitsuragi, a bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket, is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. Esprit de Corps says, if an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why? Who is he to me? He is your half-brother. Okay. Shake his
Hello.
hand.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
He is your half-brother? Really? And he just introduces himself to me? I don't think he really is my half-brother. I think the Esprit de Corps has no idea what he's talking about. You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative and conceptualize. I don't really know my name. Invent a name for yourself. I mean, if we have the chance, who doesn't want to invent their own name, right? There we go. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there's still many to go. It is not yet time.
Okay then.
He processes the information and then disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
I talked to the cafeteria manager, but he's more like a bartender. What he means is he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied. Thanks, Rhetoric. You mean him, not to what the cafeteria manager? Yeah, I just talked to him. There must be some kind of a misunderstanding. You're taking me for someone else. No, I
Then
haven't.
we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware that I am a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
He taps his foot, more out of habit than impatient. I haven't.
Okay. We'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Look, man, you know, yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
There's a dead body? No.
So the body is still in the tree.
If there is a tree and a body is in it, then yes. This is the first time you detect a wariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Okay, 7 days of a body hanging there, that's gonna look like shit. That's gonna be like really decomposed. What if I told you, well, not really, but like a lot, I guess. It depends on the weather. If it's like really wet weather, probably like birds picking at it. Ugh. What if I told you I'm not really a police officer? How can you be so sure I'm from the police? I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. He points to your jacket. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General. Encyclopedia says the Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things. Ah, you mean the Rat Squad. No need for derogatory terms, they are only doing their job. You said insignia, these white rectangles you mean? Yes, but they're just white rectangles. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a patterns resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. But shouldn't I have a badge or something? Check pockets. You mean you don't have a badge? It was not on me when I woke up. I'm gonna be pretty straight here with Kim. Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence. What if I told you I'm not really a police officer? We all feel that way sometimes. There's no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will. Wait, what do you mean there's no such thing as a police officer? I'm pretty sure people have told me that I'm a police officer, and now I'm being told there's no such thing as a police officer. He concludes, but first we have to take it down. But I can't remember anything. He looks at you for a moment in silence. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through much worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there's a general store nearby. But, as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. When we're to talk to the manager, we go back and take the body down. Let's roll! New task, interview cafeteria manager. New task, inspect victim's body. After you, officer. Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by clicking on him.
Yes?
Tell me about the case. What do you want to know? Literally anything. I can't remember a single thing. Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. I know literally nothing about it, only what you told me before. You want me to brief you? Brief? Yeah, that sounds great. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. Yeah, I don't know. I found like 1 bottle of wine, but I can say out of personal experience that a single bottle of wine is not doing this to a person. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the deaf as part of this dispute. Who was the victim? A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. Who was the caller? To find him or her is one of our tasks here. But now all we know is that the tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. Why hide themselves? There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now, it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. Wait, hold on. The RCM is? That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in the city. The RCM, or the Revachol Citizens Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. Self-organized Peace Corps of the occupied city of Revachol, the RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this. Let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer. Ask him to tell you about the secret task complete. That's right. Can we go over the preliminary info again? Oh no, I'll wing it. That's fine. Mega cool. I've heard enough. Would you say this is a mysterious case? The lieutenant considers your question a moment before answering, no, it's not a particularly mysterious case. Why not? The lieutenant shrugs. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I was thinking something otherworldly might be involved, you know? Something supernatural. I can assure you nothing like that will happen. You know why not? Why not? Because it's not part of, he makes a precise hand gesture, reality. Composure says, the gesture resembles an orchestra conductor bringing the choir to a full stop. Conceptualization, so desperately mundane, you need to funk this case up. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him. If we're from different... Wait, so I can go mysterious, and I can say why not, and I can say... Personally, I think labor disputes are very mysterious. Then you're in luck, because we're in the midst of a major strike by the Dockworkers Union. Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants a peace, not just of the industrial harbor, but the Wild Pines Corporation itself. Is this a strike, then, or the first shots in a workers' coup? I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence, and the union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this case. Wait, so is this a strike or an attempted coup? A strike, coup, revolution, it's brigandage, however you pass it. Rhetoric says you feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion taking form. Okay, we should ground the workers into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. We should ground the owners into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. With this little foreknowledge, I am unsure which side to grind into pig's feet. The decision must ferment in me. Also nationalism. I don't think grounding one or the other side into pig's feet will do anyone favors. I am really, really smart. Or I've spent the last 20 seconds deciding on which side to ground into pig feet. But why? Ladies and gentlemen, eat the rich. We should ground the owners into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. When I said we have to navigate community matters, I did not mean we have any say in them. I meant we should be careful. If we are not, the shit will blow right in our faces. He makes a quick gesture towards his visage, where the shit would blow. From an imaginary fan. Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Well, if we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a, he considers the phrasing, a pissing competition. What do you mean? You don't know. His eyes narrow. I assumed you were in on it. Look, you know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. A cop-off? New task, the pissing competition. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. You should tell me now. This seems relevant. Later. His voice is unflinching. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Actually, I have all I need for now. Okay, so... Tell me about the case. I think you should know I can't remember anything. No response, he just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it. Believing it, even. I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved. Yeah, I can't remember shit. It's like just constantly saying, I cannot do it. I cannot remember. Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Empathy. There is a sudden harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs. but I'm completely lacking in basic information about even this organization we're in. Can you help me? New task, end of day, debrief with Kim. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9. If you're still having trouble, then I can give you an orientation. What's wrong with personal affairs? I'm not a fan, it's just the nature of lieutenancy. The RCM deploys a stealth-style structure called the Decomptage at its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this. So what should I concentrate on? How about work? The case at hand, it can work miracles. I'm afraid this is a medical situation. Really, the lieutenant gives you a look thorough as if performing triage. You look fine to me. I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in the mirror and I had no idea who I was. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. It's not psychological, there's some sort of major brain damage. Have you looked at my face on an unprecedented scale? New task, call your station's Lazareth. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my Kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? Inland Empire, legendary. Convince Kim that there is a sexy dark mystery twist in this case. Oh, we didn't do it. Damn. Only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal person with a very small soul. Oh, it damaged my moral. Oh no. One you should be ashamed of. It's no wonder the soft one doesn't want it back. It was right to abandon you. Okay, I want to talk about you. Me? Yes, you. I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. Ah, come on, Lieutenant, open up a little. He sighs. If you insist, what do you want to know? Well, you're wearing glasses. That's correct. Physical instrument, legendary failure. You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone. I'm just observing. I guess you don't need glasses then. You don't look like other people around here. That's because I'm half Seolite, our quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. He shakes his head. It's not an interesting topic. What is Seoul? It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist peninsular state west of the Insulindian Isla. Actually, it's quite interesting, some would even say mysterious. Wait, you're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about Seoul. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents. And I've never been to Seoul. He seems almost proud of these things. I'm a regular Riva Cholier. Tell me a secret about yourself. The lieutenant narrows a single eyebrow. No. Ask again. Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. Composure. It's like you're locked down. What's happening to me? Something the matter, detective? Authority has a failure. What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. Oh, he was using basically like charm on us. He was charming us, basically like pulling us as a puppet master and being like, no, you're not going to do this. Give up, there's nothing you can do. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow and you seem to regain control of yourself. Do you ever talk with yourself? What do you mean? Oh, you know, when you're thinking. Do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain? I have no idea what you're talking about. The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. Conceptualization, but this isn't an old school case. Oh, I get it, you're one of those old school detectives. So how do you know? So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything? No, I'm gonna go with, I get it, you're one of those old school detectives. So what? That makes you the new school? God spares us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side. The lieutenant produces a small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. This is written. Well, that's all for now. Good, let's change the subject. You seem to be following me. Excuse me? Nothing, just an observation. You have he's looking for the right words, a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. What do you mean distinctive? I hope you don't take this the wrong way, it's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st precinct tend to move a bit erratically. How's that? They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic yet thorough. Prioritizes containers. Wait, that's racist. I don't prioritize containers. I'm sure you don't. It's just a stupid interdepartmental thing. I'm making assumptions and we should move on. Yeah, I'm not a racist person, okay? Containers are fine by me. Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up. Oh, I see. Well, and now we can stop this conversation, I guess. Now then. We have a couple of tasks. There are the white tasks we can do to try and do them again. And then we have a lot of tasks. So there's the end of day debriefing. All your stations, Lazarus, pissing competition, inspect the victim's body, interview the cafe manager, report your badge missing, and sing karaoke, which is obviously the most important one. Talk to this lady.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you met up with your colleague.
She looks at the lieutenant. The lieutenant nods politely. Wait, who's Sweetie? Reaction speed. Wait, who's Sweetie? Who's Sweetie?
Why? You are, officer.
Maybe I am?
Have you found anyone to be sweet to?
She smiles conspiratorially. No, I'm done with mating rituals this time around. I don't know, wink, maybe I have. I had once, wink twice, but then I lost her. I don't know, wink, maybe I have.
You rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married besides.
Aw, she grins up at us though.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling. This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing, or anything. Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. Yes, officer, you look rather dazed, like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. Well, I drank so hard I forgot literally everything. Oh my, it takes a moment to process. You know where we are, right? We're on Insuland? Yes, but more specifically on the coast of the city of Rivachol in the district of Martinez. I don't know diddly squat about Rivachol. What kind of place is this? Her grey eyes widened. How would I even begin to tell you? Rivachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Rivachol is a rare jewel. The city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, right? It's the spring of 51? Oh, that's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded. Kind green ape pen. Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders. I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Some kind of democracy? I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. We are governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners, and women. A cop. We're living under the cop regime. Okay, well, I'm definitely not going with the incel answer, but... Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. Clearly, this is where we'd rather want to live in. Oh, no, nothing like that, dear. Rivachol is a special administrative region, led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly not one who's horseback. Wait, if there's no government, how come there are cops? Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Rivachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone. Half-Light. She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged. So how did I do? You didn't do too well, dear. You really only knew what year it is. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things, history and places. Well, reality, in a word, it's very odd. I sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook. But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what this world needs? And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much. What is the revolution? A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. But I'm a cop. Whatever it was hasn't stopped me. Of course, sweetie. I really don't know how to explain it better. Who could tell me more? Someone more educated in sweeping matters? Maybe you should ask... She turns to the lieutenant. No, he looks away. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective. New task. Get a reality lowdown. Oh, of course, she turns to you. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. How'd you like to roll with me? Her eyes light up. Whatever do you mean? I want you to be my wheelchair partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers. Sequence killers? Oh my, she sounds impressed. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie. A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. Ah, Kim, of course, I forgot I had you. I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers and forays into the paranatural. I can assure you with absolute certainty there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez. Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. She turns to you. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Why? 3 heads are better than 2. Thank you, but... She looks out the window wistfully. Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. She turns back to you with a hopeful glint in her eyes. Perhaps another time? You seem to be in a chair. Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic. A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height or a grenade explosion. What is a sequence killer? It's like a serial killer, only he kills from A to Z. A grenade? Did you fight in a war? I'm sorry, it was rude of me to mention the wheelchair. A grenade? Did you fight in a war? No, dear, I'm not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty. Oh, I feel like I was in a war. Oh my, what happened? I think I lost. That's how I feel about the accident. Looks down and then up at you again. I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail-order shoe company. Did someone throw a shoe at you through like a window, lady? No, Valus, I don't think that is a real thing. Maybe it is a real thing? I don't know, I'm treating it as a joke. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere. And, well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky, this was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. She runs her hands over the chrome wheels of her chair. I'm sorry, it was rude of me to mention the wheelchair. Let's move on. That's quite alright. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway. I've got to go now. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case. Gives you a small wave. Alright. A pen with a green ape head on one end. The ape has closed its eyes, a kind expression adorning its face. It seems to be meditating. Okay, what a nice pen. Get a reality lowdown. What do we have here? A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful, dark liquid is spilling out. Electrochemistry. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? An hour? 2 hours? I think it's like 2 hours. An hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet. I've been secretly thinking about it all this time. Actually, should I be thinking about this? It looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me. Now that you mention it, I do need a rum and lemonade. I'd love for Guard to serve me up a beverage. Actually, I have been secretly thinking about it. Well, there he is, the old boy, the devil. You rascal, you. Let's celebrate right now by licking that stain off the counter. Do it, it'll be wild. Lick it? Don't lick it. Lick it, but only a little. What do you guys think? Should I lick it a little? Lick it a little? Or should I just lick it? Proper lick it? Lick it? I'm gonna lick it. Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter, then out of the window again. What are you doing? He asks without turning his eyes from it. Give me 1 second, please. And I'm back. What are you doing? He asks without turning his eyes from the street outside. Investigating. I'm an alcoholic. I needed to get my hit. I'm sorry, I drifted off into my own thoughts and now this happened. Well, I mean, they say the first thing that you should do is acknowledge it, so I'm an alcoholic. I needed to get my hit. We should move. You could definitely go for some more. The titillating scent of alcohol in your nostrils was beautiful. Find booze and drink it. The hangover feels really bad. You have to take the edge off. Find a bottle of alcohol, put it in your hand, and the magic will happen by its own. Yeah, I should get some therapy at some point. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. Physical instrument, wake him up. Lieutenant, who is this? I've got no idea. Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the harbor. But why is he sleeping during the day? Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do, aside from drinking and sleeping. I shall pick up the pills. Item gained, magnesium. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does. Tutorial agent. You've just picked up medicine. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Click on the plus icon to heal your morale if you have morale damage. I do have morale damage. I have higher morale now. Wake him up. You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room. Okay. Keep going. Summer door closed for the winter. Guess that makes sense, seeing how it's the summer door. Well, let's talk to the bartender. The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
Him glances
You
into
run
his
this
little notebook.
place.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks to you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. 1 second, I need a drink. I like this one. I'm currently in between names.
Fantastic.
It's like when you've left your band, but you haven't decided on a solo artist name yet.
That's wonderful. Rarely I think so, but there's a dead body out back. No one wants to work in these conditions. It's been a week.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Oh, he takes a step back.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
New task, who made the call reporting the crime? As a matter of fact, I do. He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What? Of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
I'm pretty sure he said he manages 3.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are. But as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm. I have everything. You?
Oh, you mean do I have questions?
Yes, he means do you have questions for me? Like a police officer would.
The cafeteria manager is clearly agitated again. He thinks you're stupid, sire. Where did Sylvie go? Wait. Haven't you asked me that already? What's it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. No, before I ask you where, now I'm asking you why she left. +5 experience gained. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back, and because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you can appreciate that. Lieutenant opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Thank you, he says. Mystery solved. Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching and not my employer conduct. I don't know. I just went for it. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. Where exactly is the body? Behind this building there's a courtyard. He points to the kitchen behind him. They hoisted him up on a tree there. How do we get there then? It's easy. See that door there? He points to the west. First you exit through that, then to your right you should see a big hole in the fence, a really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through? Okay. Who killed him? I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. Did you kill him? What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. Alright, that's all. Experience +30. Nice. Interview the cafeteria manager. Not so fast, he points to you. You owe me 130 real. Savoir faire, slip away unnoticed. Damn, it's because I'm like in the shoes and everything, so I'm like -2 or something on that. Wait, what's real? Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real. He pronounces the R with a mock aristocratic accent. The IIR, or the Intersolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money. Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money. Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real. He points to the red ledger on the counter. Wait, but what exactly is money? Wait, what are you, a philosopher? Actually, I might be. Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or, he peeks into the ledger, or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royale Extra. We use it for everything, really. Oh, why do I need it? For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer. If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. He stops and he says mostly to himself, I'm not an asshole. Oh, interesting. So where do I get money from? I think you've sold this game for me. I hope you don't mind. I shall avoid further spoilers by leaving. Yeah, sure, Velas. You have a good one. Thank you for joining. Are you serious? From your work, I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. He looks at Kim. I'm sorry, I don't think cops take bribes. Well, some do take a recompense. The lieutenant is dead serious, but only to survive. Proceed and show him the coins you found. Is this money? Yes, it is. Count them and give them to him. That's 10 plus 10 plus 20 equals 40. I'm now down to 90, right? No, you see, there's a tinge of sadness in his voice. That's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real. Wait, 100 times smaller? But that's horrible. It is. He stands silently looking at the coppers on the counter. Isn't it evil, the order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have? Darkness rides. It does, doesn't it? There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop for I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either. What do I owe this place for? Let's see. He dramatically turns a page in the ledger. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work, so don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. 60 plus 40 plus 30 is 130 real. And yes, real is still money. Oh yeah? You're under arrest. Well, you can't arrest me, I haven't done anything. Oh yeah? Put this man in his place. Did someone order a vague, facile reading of the law? More than one pops into your head. I wonder what Sylvie has to say about that. Refusal to aid an officer of the peace. You are impeding me from carrying out a murder investigation with your inane requests of money. But it's not inane. You owe me money. It is crude of you. A man has been killed. File a request for compensation with Station 41. We need to work now. Okay, you'll only have to pay for the window and the drinks. That's 70. I'll get the rest from your stupid station. What? I have no memory of drinking them. I'm not paying for the drinks. The ledger does. The ledger has a memory. He points to the book. The drinks are non-negotiable. There's no way your station will pay for them. Well, I won't pay for the window. Well, fine, I'll take it off the bill. You want to sleep in a post-apocalyptic shithole? Go ahead, but I'm not giving you another room. Goodbye. Thank you for your cooperation. Don't thank me. You still owe me 30 for the drinks. If you don't have it by tonight, I'm not letting you back up there. He points upstairs. That's enough now, sir. Good day. Pay for the damages. Encyclopedia says, by the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank and this place sure isn't. I have no idea. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Up on Marvel Hill. Why did you say this? Lieutenant Kitsuragi, do you know the place called Marvel Hill? No, he thinks for a moment. But isn't that an expression and not a place? An expression? A saying. Up on Marvel Hill. A great, high place. One that is impossible to climb back to. That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. Can I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building? Thought gained. Lonesome long way home. Well, you can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear. Okay, so we have a new thought. And we're, by the way, 42% done with this, apparently, so... Oh, right, there's a research time. That's how long it takes. Like, it takes, like, skill points and then research time. So, 6 hours and 5 minutes. And we get +1 to Encyclopedia while we're doing this. Problem and solution. Factual memory returns. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards scaring little children. Go under the Great Race motor track, the 881, until you reach Le Domaine Eminent in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there and your footprints in the mud. Okay, so we're basically trying to remember. Kasiga, damn, I love this game too. 30 hours clocked already. Damn. Okay, well, I just started. I'm at the very start. I'm like 1 hour and 15 minutes in or something. But seeing how you played it for 30, I can take it that the game stays good. Alright, so we gotta pay for damages. Who made the call reporting the crime? Alright, so we're done with him. I guess we are going to go through here and finally go for the body? The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1." Okay. So I can't go through there at all. Can I talk to you? So you can just open this for me? I've seen something here at the Whirling Guard. I need a... By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here. Absolutely out of the question. Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger, and then we sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire. I need a drink. Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this... He points to his empty hand. Is this a shaker? It's not a shaker. It's nothing. He's holding nothing. It is but an imitation. No, there's nothing there. Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this? And he shakes the imaginary shaker furiously. Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No? Do you know why? Why? Because I'm not a bartender. I'm a cafeteria manager. Is there anything else you wanted? Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff. I want a fucking drink, asshole. Alright, Rye, have a good nap. You don't understand the seriousness of the situation. I'm an alcoholic. I need my fix. I'm an alcohol-operated detective. If you want me to clean up the dead body and solve the case, you need to insert alcohol into my mouth. Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass? Or a pineapple? A pineapple. 5 XP gained. Don't be an imbecile. I'm not gonna serve you a marinella. I have work to do, and broken things to fix. That was all. I'd like to return to it. Okay. I've seen something here at the Whirling Guard. A thing I need to talk about. He rolls his eyes. What thing? I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union. Yes. Not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. He tosses his head in disdain. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. I think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time. He gives you a meaningful nod. We should find out who this loud faction is occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. How do we find them? We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. He looks toward the booth. Men are hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow. Guard, I saw a sign that said I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen? What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. But there may be something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen. He rolls his eyes. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... He changes his mind. Fine, okay, the kitchen is closed until 1 because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must. Okay, there's something else I want to ask about. What? By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the Whirling later. Okay, it says reaction speed. So, about the money I owe. How much do I owe you again? Okay, let's talk about something else and goodbye. Alright. Man, you have a ton of, like, tasks in this game, and it's Monday, so... Huh. That's a lot. That is a lot. Hey, Neural Replica, what's up? Okay, so we have to wait till 1 before we can go into the kitchen, so...
Yes?
Convince Kim there's a sexy dark twist. There? Well, you seem to be following me. Alright, so, I guess we can try and go outside? Equip a flashlight in low light areas. Alright. Okay, and we're outside, so I can do some nice zooming out here. Alright, so this is some kind of weird society that has weird steampunky cars, I guess, in a way. Talk to this union worker lady.
The RCM in Martinez? What can I help you with?
She's the gardener. Sounds
We don't
surprised.
see a lot of police around here. That's all.
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Who are you? Me? I'm just a gardener. Good to meet you, just a gardener. Another question then. We need directions. Of course, where to? I'm looking for a dead body. Oh, that. She points north. That's right there in the yard. She's relieved someone has come for it. Finally. Where am I? You mean? I'm disoriented. I don't know where I am. In Martinez, sir, in the city of Revachol. Looks around thinking what else to say. This intersection is called Roundabout North? He knows where we are, he just wants directions. The lieutenant seems uncomfortable with the level of disorientation that you are displaying. Hey, it's Pondwater. Hello, my man. And hello to everybody else who joined, by the way, and is lurking. Please enjoy. What is in the north? There's the pier, the Capeside apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. What is in the east? The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think? I don't follow the local politics. She shrugs. A thrift store there, too. What is in the south? Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably? What is on the other side of the canal? Not just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago. Alright, what is in the west? She looks at the water, squinting. It's just water? No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet? There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. Alright, thanks, that's all for now. Why are you exactly? Cool, what are you doing here? I'm working. Working on what? I have a greenhouse in the yard there. She gestures over her shoulder. I've been trying to get some work done. But, well, as you already know, there's a corpse there hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks. Don't worry, miss. We're here to clean it up. You can get to work soon. Oh, thank you. She smiles politely. My head is about to explode from all the sols I've had to inhale. Of course, I won't hold you back. She wipes her brow with a canary yellow glove. Her gloves. You get the feeling you need them. You have a dead body to deal with, after all. Hey, one more thing. Can I borrow your gloves? Sure, keep them. I've got another pair. She hands you the rubber gloves with no visible annoyance. Oh, nice. No, we have rubber gloves. That give us +1 interfacing? Gloves. What is interfacing? Total, master machines pick lock. Wait, rubber gloves help me with lockpicks and pickpockets? Bye-bye, bugs. Thick latex gardening gloves in classic canary yellow. Maybe you should retire. Take up gardening as a hobby. That's worth a thought. Nice. I like that stuff shows up on your character. I also like how I can make my character shake his head like, nope. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Right, so this is the car, I believe, that we can use to call stuff. Yeah, the Capri Kinema. Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from a large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Capri Kinema motor carriage. Open the door. Oh, he's actually has an animation for it. Okay. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. Pick up the radio. The frequency tableau lights up and a green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. Then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static. Alice. This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you? Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on. Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times. Come in, dispatch. Come in, dispatch. Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker. Copy. Hi, Alice. This is the officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you. Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker. Copy. This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? You could swear she was friendlier with the lieutenant. Under the green Prime Line, a yellow Saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is. Could you connect me to the 41st Precinct? I have something to report. I was told I need to connect to my station, the 41st Lazarus. It will take just a moment, officer. Her voice fades out into the familiar radio static. Nix Gottlieb. You hear a man clearing his throat briskly, then an answer. Gottlieb, what do you want? He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy. Just a routine checkup. I was told to call the Lazarus. People are worried about me. I'm in a bad way, Doc. A real bad way. Oh, the man is unpleasantly surprised. It's you. I think I've had a heart attack. I've lost my memory. All of it. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised. Wait, you're not surprised? Okay. Anything else? What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely. It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you, or if he doesn't care. Yes, it's Firewalker here. Firewalker? Yes, you are. Just don't breathe in the general direction of your fire feed. Actually, wait. Do exactly that. Put yourself out of your misery. Take a deep, diaphragmatic breath and you hear an exaggerated inhale and a long exhale on the other end of the line. I feel like you're making fun of me. I'm the most serious person at this station, Detective. Now, do you have any current and pressing medical conditions? I think I've had a heart attack. And you survived it! Congratulations. Are you mobile? Yes? Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also, death is a natural part of life. Isn't there anything you can do for me? What, you want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? Yes, I want the truth. You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station's not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime. And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. Cyanoacrylate? It looks like cyanoacrylate. Okay. It looks like Mac Torson. It's not fucking cryoaxylite. It's superglue, dog. Cyanocraclite is superglue. Well, I guess that's it for now. Task complete. Call your station. Gain 30 experience. Level up! We got a new skill point. The phone clicks. Suddenly you hear the already familiar voice. Wait, can I open this? I can. Okay, so we got a skill point. So what can we do with a skill point? Oh, we can level up something. Okay. Well, what would be cool to level up? Like, what is like a nice thing that we've been having some problems with? Like, that could help us. Go to party planet. Love and be loved by drugs. Intimidate the public. Assert yourself. Oh, we can upgrade Inland Empire. That would be cool. I think that might help us with something too. There we go. Nice. And does that help with our thoughts? The thoughts just literally just come from time. Okay. Anything else I can help you with? Could you connect me to the 43rd precinct? I have something I need to report. Just a second, officer. She puts you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar. 10-2, 10-5, this is 41st, come in, over. Esprit de corps. A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas, the radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop and cops know relay code. 10-4, station 4-1. I've got an urgent business, over. 10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status, over? Just reporting in, over. 10-18, state your message, sir. I need to report my badge missing. 10-9, over. My badge, I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone. 10-4, message received. It's a very serious situation. I need to 10-22, the captain, over. Is it him? A dry voice asked in the background. What does he want? Says he lost his badge and needs to report it. He what? He lost his badge? Hey, who is this? This is Communications Officer Jules PDO, sir. Over. No, the other one. You mean your partner? Over. What is he saying? He's asking who you are. I'm his goddamn partner. It's your partner, Satellite Officer Vic Meyer, sir. Over. Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge? A man in the background sounds like he's losing his patience. Chester McLean. Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think? It's Officer Dick. He tries to speak through laughter. Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity. Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. I like it. I thought like, oh, that's our name. But it's like, no. We're never going to learn our name, are we? Defend yourself immediately. They're laughing at you. Haha, officer's lost his badge. Haha, like I'm the first cop to ever misplace his badge. He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically. Oh god damn it, is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over. Mullen dicked us. Come on, operator, tell him to stop. This is serious. He's asking you to stop. Says this is serious. Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer concurs. Losing your badge is serious. Over. Can't we just move on? I want to get it reported and be done with it. Okay, 10-4, I hear you, officer. Just going to make a note here that you're in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over. Nice, that's another 30 experience. Track down your badge. Okay. Fuck me, Mac, come here. You gotta hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge. What's going on? Super Cop here lost his badge. He lost his what? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. I like how sweary this game is. It's nice and sweary. Didn't you glue your eyes shut earlier and now you're making fun of me? The man is laughing too hard to form coherent sentences. The only words he can make out are lost and badge. Could you all please just stop saying lost his badge? He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge. Why? Did he find it? The room at the other end of the line erupts in volcanic laughter. Sergeant Thorson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over. You don't have a comeback, sorry. It's hard to think like this. Aw, my reaction speed, it failed me. I say nothing. He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. You can hear laughter in the background. Enough with this, I have other things. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over. The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear you. New heights, even for Captain Sober. Ask him, the speaker gasps for air. Ask him if he lost his gun too. The room roars with laughter. Sergeant Thorson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over. Half-light. Check your pockets, check your holy fuck, you don't know where the gun is, do you? Oh god, I don't have my gun? No, it's gone, it's not fucking on you. 10-9, come in, officer, did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Convince them you did not lose your gun. I did it, yes. Lying over the phone? That's easy, just say it like it's the truth, and then it becomes it. No, of course I didn't lose my gun. He says he didn't. Well, thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it. New task, track down your gun. I like it. It's like, no, of course I have my... Oh my god, where is my gun? We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. Do you need further assistance? Over. Man, my character is like so out of it, he might have lost his dick at some point too. Listen, I've actually lost my gun too. I am in dire need of financial assistance. 10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but what does he want now? He's asking for money. Is he fucking kidding? I don't think he is. Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it. Alright, the operator turns back to you. That's a negative on the funds, sir. Over. Please, I'm begging you. It is paramount to the investigation that you grant me more money. He says it's important to the case. He's not getting a red cent, you can tell him that. Request denied, sir. Please, I'm begging you. I don't even have a place to sleep. He says he's in trouble, doesn't have a place to sleep. Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown. Vic Mayer said, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. Please come and get me. Listen, he seems to lower his voice a bit, carefully choosing his word. It's okay. You can do it, sir. Over. What is he saying? The operator chooses to ignore the voice in the background. Did you want anything else, sir? He asks you. Many of your colleagues are also here. Over. He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself in front of your colleagues. No, I'm alright, I had other things. This might sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss. Okay, 10-4, sir, I hear you. Relay your question. Over. Wait, before you say anything, stupid, think it through. I need information, not fear. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone. 10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question, the radio operator. Wait, hold on. Are you alone in the room? I need some confidential information about myself. That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12. Visitors present here. Over. Please refer to me with my full name in the future. 10-9. Repeat message. Didn't get that, sir. Stop calling me, sir. Use my real goddamn name, will you? What? What is it? What can he possibly still want from us? He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name. Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new. Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics. I wanted to know if you've got my badge's description right in your report. Could you read it to me? Name, rank, date of birth. What? What is it? He's still on the line? He wants to verify the information on his badge. But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Rivocolian Cavalry Force. Tell him to stop wasting time. Okay, well, I mean, this is all just like... Have I ever told you about my life before the RCM? A 10-4, well, that's a... Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work? He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the RCM. For God's sake, cut this shit out. Tell him to stop wasting time, be a goddamn policeman for a change. Yeah, I heard him. Alright, let's wrap this up. Let's just end this over. So let's see. So we've got these right here, which we can do. We can try the Kim Kitsuragi one because we leveled up Inland Empire, but it's obviously still legendary. We want to find out the pay for the damages. Who made the call? Oh, we can call Sylvie with the short range. Okay. Ask him. Okay. Alright, I guess we want to call Sylvie then. Pick up the radio. I need you to contact me to a civilian Sylvie. She may have reported a murder. What is her number? Kim didn't guard give you Sylvie's number. Yes, hold on. The lieutenant takes a look at his notes. Her number is 00519444298. Received. Hold on, officer. Start slapping a marching ribbon on your thighs. Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone. Officer, she finally returns. I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Okay, Sylvie. Yes, hello. A female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. Sylvie, I believe we've met before. This is me, a detective from the Whirling in Rags. Oh, right. She recognizes your voice almost immediately. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? Was it you who called the police? No, not me. Do you know who made that call? No, sorry, I don't. She clears her throat. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. Really? People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone or the one on the coast. It was someone else, the lieutenant makes a note. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while. But why didn't you call? Didn't the cops behind your workplace bother you? What? Of course it bothered me, but I thought the Union already knew about the cops. I meant us. You should have called the police. No one calls the police. You can hear her adjust the receiver in her hand. The Union would get angry. What do you mean by that? Well, you know, she seems to be looking for words. What the Union says goes. People listen to them, and they take care of their own, which is, like, everyone here. Wait, Kim, lower your microphone. She's speaking the truth? The Union is the law around here? Legally, no. In reality, yes. He looks around. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dockworkers Union. Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent of the situation. Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. What others? The other people who live around here. You know, local people. I didn't want trouble. What trouble? You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the Union. Internally. You hear static. Her chin rub against the receiver. Then, please, I just didn't want any trouble. So let me get this straight. You ignored the law to save your own skin? I didn't know I had to report it. I thought someone would take him down eventually. Her voice breaks. Well, it's a little late for tears, isn't it? Should have used them to summon the police earlier. You can almost hear the girl getting smaller on the other end of the line until she almost drowns in static. Okay, she's calmer now, probably because the focus has shifted elsewhere. You quit your job at the Whirling. Why? You mean, why did I leave the bar? You can hear her tense up on the other side. Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Okay, did you leave because of guard? What? She stops abruptly. No, why would you even think that? Well, he told me he asked you out. Are you saying it didn't happen? Please, don't bring guard into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. Am I? Wait, why aren't you comfortable discussing it with me? The static wavers. Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. Wait, get away from whom? You know whom. You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words. Wait, you mean me? You needed to get away from me? I really don't want to talk about this. Let's just forget about this, okay? Oh my god, what have we done to this poor woman? I bet this whole thing of her leaving the bar, like God thinks she left because of him, but I bet she actually kind of likes him, but she left because we were like constantly, you know, giving her this face down here in the corner and being like, hey, girl. Alright, maybe, I don't know. She seems to react a little bit. I just know I have to take some time off right now. Have you seen my badge? Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. My badge is missing. Have you seen it? Oh, no, I haven't, sorry. Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Oh, not my uniform too? God, I should really look into that. Damaged my morale. Oh no, yes, you absolutely should. It's awful that you lost it. It feels like you haven't worn yours in a long, long time. Have you seen my gun? Oh, please, no, not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective. She sounds beyond exaggerated. I showed you my gun? Oh, it's snowing now. That's nice. When did that happen? You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and... she stops hesitantly, not sure if she should continue. And what? What did I do? You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you. And then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic. Oh wow, there's like a proper snowstorm and everything has like snow on it now. That's interesting. Oh, those again? I've been trying to wean you off of them. Wait, off of what? You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out? Off of that. People don't like that. I remember this. You were screaming things like, my brains are all over the walls, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains. Very nice visuals there. Why would I threaten to kill myself? I mean, look at this world. I would love to stay. There is silence on the other end of the line. I should have killed myself. No, please, no more suicide threats. Thank God you don't have that stupid gun anymore. There are way more inventive ways than a gun to leave this world. Okay, I don't know what to say. Me neither. Yes, but what happened to my gun? No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead. Saying things like, big bucks cannot lie, and guns can't buy money, but money can buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask. He sighs. Have you seen my policeman uniform? Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. The disco things. I think I got everything I need. I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye. She's ready to hang up. Wait, why does she seem angry with you? -1 for making her cry earlier, but +1 for God asked her out, and +1 for wanted to get away from you. Let's go. Yes, you've obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there. Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything. I'm not mad, it's just the static size again. You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened? It just made me want to quit. Wait, what skua thing? The stuffed bird? The great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird!" and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there? What? Well, the fucking bitch bird got what was coming to her. Okay, officer. Her voice is withdrawing as if she's moving away from the speaker. So you're telling me that I was the one who made you want to quit? Well, yes, obviously, you were the worst client I've ever seen. I've seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you? She pauses. Go on, I want to know what I did. Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Like, even about little things, like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening on repeat. No more, I hate it now. Wait, hold on, which song? We Go On by the UO? Or OO? She sighs. I can't listen to it anymore, you've turned it into a parody. Sorry about the song. To hell with that song. Then there was your room, your project, an experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're actually a really cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is. The coolest guy in Jamrock. Something about disco? Yeah, I'm sorry. And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. Wait, police documents? Once I had to wrench out of your toilet. What happened to them? Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do. Resentment gives way to concern in her voice. Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine. In an empire, something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away. Okay, I get it, I wasn't a very good tenant. No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. I'm truly sorry for everything, Sylvie. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up, just try not to call me again and let's pretend it never happened. But when I spoke to Guard, it seemed like he thought you left because of him. Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Guard, I really do. Didn't he cross a line when he asked you out? No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing, with the corpse and all. There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side, the telephone cord coiled around her index. I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place, so I left without explaining. I should have told him, maybe. I can tell him. Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something. What else did I sing beside the OO? I'm looking for a song. Oh, all sorts of things. Some disco, rock too. So much disco and rock. Was I singing The Smallest Church in St. Saëns? Yes, that's the one you like to sing along to the most. The later it got, the more that one came on. Interesting. You still have to find a copy, though, before you can blast it. Right, thank you for talking with me. Take care. You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then the already familiar voice. Okay, ignore Alice and press the button labeled saved. As always, it's DJ Mash and Flacio, and you're listening to Speed Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says, someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe it picked up a random frequency. You wanted the prime line, right? Speed Freaks FM, huh? Oh, is that what it was called? He's trying hard to act surprised. Right, you don't want to get into this. No problem. Nothing to get into, really, but sure, let's focus on the important things. He pats the motor carriage. I'm done with the radio. Okay, pull out the pull-out toolbox. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized. Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are. He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. Take the hand-cranked flashlight? It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue. Blue. Take the... Let's see you see things in the dark. I otherwise would miss. Thanks, perception. The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Heavier than you think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. Take the rubber-handled chain cutters. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes. Especially belts. Push in the pull-out toolbox. Run your fingers over one of the steering levers. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handles so very familiar in your palm. Tap on the fuel preheater gauge. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat. There's no use pressing the heat button, he says and jingles his keys. It won't start without the ignition key. Translation, we're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation, don't even think you can drive my MC. It's the door. Alright, so we've got some new tools, like a flashlight and stuff, which we can put into one hand and look around with, so that's kind of cool. We got a crowbar. Equip this to open locked containers. Equip this to open locked containers. So what, we can have both of these equipped and just kind of run around with them in our hands? Alright. Wait, I want to know something. Can I actually, like, I can't, right? Okay. Wait, didn't he say something about, like, belts? I love how I can just take off my pants. Like, these pants are too tight. Like, it's fine. Alright. Talk to guard for Sylvie. Who made the call? Keep searching for the caller. Let's talk to Kim again.
Yes?
28% chance. Yeah, no. We definitely want to level up our inland. I mean, I can take it. Why not? Like, let's try. No. Oh no, that damaged my morale? If I had known that, I wouldn't have tried again. God damn it. Put skill points into Inland Empire to open this white check. Okay. Anyway, what's over here? I like the snow. Some great tectonic forces cracked the pavement like an eggshell. Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza. The damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. I can sit on a bench? The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting. The lieutenant looks down the street. We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go. You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone. Okay. This post-L'Aventurier mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. Fuck you, mail delivery box! Ah! No! Did I just hurt myself? There's a hollow, saddened ring as you kick the L'Aventurier mail collection box. It sounds betrayed, in disbelief even. No! Your toe has suffered damage. It hurts. My pain threshold. No! I must heal myself. Cool, the lieutenant nods approvingly. You really showed that mailbox collection box. He does not actually think it's cool. If anything, the lieutenant feels sorry for the poor box. He's leaning in to inspect the layers of graffiti that face it. Oh, rub your toe. You think so? You think it was cool? I don't. Let's go. Good mail delivery box. At Pat. The mail collection box has no faith in your psychopathic manipulations. That's a good box. There's a girl there and some other stuff. Let's look around more. There are bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. The book is titled Man from Helmdal and the Wildfire. This is a book about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it is about, nor does it seem important. A book about boyadero culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. I am the
I
law.
know, sir.
She stomps her feet to feel warmer.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of a store is this
It's
anyway?
a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. It's a cool name for a store. Wait. Encyclopedia challenge failed. Whoa. Hold your horses, little girl. What the hell is a book?
That is a book. They have stories inside
Our
them.
encyclopedia
It's like
failed
someone
and we
told
don't
you
know what a
story
book
in
is.
a really long letter.
What's a
A
postcard?
postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards. My
Interesting,
pleasure.
thanks.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Is it okay if I ask
Okay,
you some
sir.
questions?
I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What a nice girl. What is your name? My name is Annette, sir. My mom, her name is Pleasance. She owns the store. She's inside, minding the register, or organizing the stock. The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. And you're standing out here in the cold because... I'm signaling that the store is open. She nods eagerly. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. I should have a word with the store owner, maybe? Oh, such a good trooper you are, already learning the value of hard work. Pat her hat. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mom out with the store. She smiles and stands upright, like a little soldier. Shouldn't you be at school or something? I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mom keep this place running. School is stupid. Wait, what is school anyway? School? She rubs her red chilled nose. Well, mine is a big yellow building on Boogie Street, and the people there run it. They say it's a charity. Isn't going to school more important than this? Mom says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mom says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette. How's the business going? Well, Mom says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being... She looks over her shoulder. Cursed. Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders. Cursed? In what way? Cursed in a way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... She's looking for the word. Ass up? She blushes. I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so. This sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. Narrow your eyes and look through the creaking boards on the window. We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here. The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. Yes, she chirps. Please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir. What do you know about the other failed businesses? Nothing really, sir. Mom doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. She looks a bit disappointed. I don't really know what's there. So how does this curse manifest itself? It does not manifest itself in any way. It doesn't exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather. But Kim, the plasmic manifestations. No such thing. The lieutenant stands at your side. Stern. I should call this man Kiko Kitsuragi because it's like talking to Kikosuke about anything. The girl looks back and forth between you two. Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Enough about the curse. For now. What is this crime business? Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals. Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. She doesn't know what to say. It's that bad. Point to your head. Crime is a deviation from the law punishable by either a civil or criminal sentencing. It's what the law prevents. Wait, why would anyone want to read about crime? It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things. And it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him. I'm a policeman myself, by the way. The law, as I said. You don't look much like a policeman. She examines you as if to find something policeman-like. Well, what does a cop look like then? Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. Just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. She points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little. It's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your, point to your head. Your head, yes. Not head, child. Heads. Flexibility. There are millions of different people out there and you have to get into their heads. Sometimes you gotta be the killer to catch the killer. Isn't that very dangerous? She examines the picture of Dick Mullen. Policemen live and breathe danger, little girl. Mullen obviously lacks the chameleonic skill. Plus 5 XP, nice. Unlike you, sir, she smiles mischievously. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. The cover image of Dick Mullen seems to stare at you with harsh disapproval, like in the books. Huh. Composure. Okay, I'm going to deduce something now. Well, we're going to keep talking. What is romance? It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that situation. That is such a perfect summary of romance novels. The book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. It boils it down perfectly. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. What about a poor man getting a rich lady? Oh, it happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something. I see. Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they've lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end. Wait, but what about when both of the men are bad? Those are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that. Wait, what if it's written really well? Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady decides not to pick either because she doesn't need a bad man. Guess that would be interesting. Wait, what about when everyone is poor? That's really not a proper romance story. That's like everyday life. Sometimes you have to write about, yeah, poor people are boring. I guess, yes. People in books are always interesting, especially the romance people. What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mom? Yeah, you think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup? I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. She pauses, trying to figure out the appropriate answer. No, think about it. One where they plunge into a torrid spiral of pain and recrimination. Only it's really long and drawn out. Scarred for life. Phantom limb. No, I don't know. She looks at you with puzzlement. Doesn't ring a bell? Alright, I'll ask your mom. Yes, she nods relieved. She knows books, definitely. What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your forebrain? Seriously, it's like, where's this coming from? That's enough romance for me. I had other question. Who are these famous people? Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. She scratches her cold reddened cheek, then continues, I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame. Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them. Reading those doesn't make the readers more famous, does it? Well, but it does make the famous people more famous. She smiles gleefully. Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day. Why would they do that, sir? Why, indeed. Because I'll be a superstar cop in the papers and everything. That'll show them. That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun. Alright, let's try. 83%. Anxious body language. Should be a book of you. +1 afraid of the curse. Let's go. There you go. The girl keeps her hands folded hidden. Why is that? Hey, why do you keep your hands folded? What do you mean, sir? She looks wary. You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help. You can show them to me. Actually, I'd rather not deduce anything every time I deduce people. You can show them to me. She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. It's okay. She brings out her reddened hands. Her nails are frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh. You bite your nails. And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? She shoots you a suspicious glance. There were a few other hints. Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that. Her eyes flash with defiance. She's not impressed. Oh, you want more? I bet I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in mind. She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic. You're uptight because of your mother and the pressure she's putting on you. Dismay flickers in her eyes. Maybe so, sir. He sighs. Okay, I know, it's a bad habit and I shouldn't. Either way, another ace deduction by the #1 detective in town. It was okay, sir. She's still got a rebellious streak. There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same. You think so? Fine, do better. Deduce something about me. You're quite sober, she snaps back quickly. The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort. Yeah, about that. And I'm having a grand time. I sure hope you are, sir. She rubs her red nose. There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly seems familiar somehow. Suggestion. 58% knows the law. Done it. Okay, because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before. Hang on, so you know me? We've met before? Yes, I stand in this spot all the time. She sways back and forth on her feet. You've been running around for several days talking about small churches and how everyone betrayed you, sir. Did I ever talk to you? Of course. You stopped by a few times. He looks at you intently. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you. What do you mean better? I look like shit. Yeah, but you don't have party eyes anymore. The lieutenant slowly, ever so slowly, realizes something. Party eyes. Yes, of course, that makes sense. I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all. Party eyes? You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed? She giggles at the thought. It certainly looks odd on a man. The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably gurning too. Electrochemistry's like, fuck yeah, you should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy. Does that mean I've been partaking in narcotics? Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing. So, why didn't you tell me you knew me to begin with? Didn't know I had to do that. She looks puzzled. I don't really like this detective deduction game anymore. Thanks. I've learned something about myself today. Life experience. I'm glad I could help you, sir. She smiles a wide, helpful smile. Okay, bye. See you around, Annette. Whew, okay, so that was Annette. So I guess we can go into the store and talk to her mom? Wait. Can't put more points in a skill. Drugs raise learning caps, but they're bad for your health. Holy shit, I can take drugs to get better. Gift books and molten candy. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They're all about lake trout. Mountain of board games. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise. Look through the pile of Wirral-related items. An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium 2nd Edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art. The Hunters of Catwalk, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrog. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books? Anything that really catches my eye? There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. The sticker on it displays 25 reals. If I had 25 reals, I could buy this board game apparently and play some kind of D&D. Storekeep, what board games do you have? Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure. Or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insolent? A very educational game for those interested in geography. I gotta drink some water 1 second. Raubritter? Oh, German. Raubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family? Wait, do I have friends? Look at the lieutenant. Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance? Yeah, kids, friends, chicks. I have all of those. Then you're a lucky man, officer. Children are the greatest of treasures. You fill us with a pen, thinking. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real. What about these viral things? Lousy auras there, she shudders. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kinds of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. Yeah, role-playing games. Ugh, playing role-playing games? Only the scum of the earth does that. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts, that they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though. She looks at the table, crossing her arms. Very fine. Let's go up here. Oh wait, there's... Can I go in here? Closed curtains. You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtain.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Oh my god, that is exactly the kind of voice that I imagined this lady having, and my ears are hurting. This is perfect. Perfect delivery. Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains? Nothing. Now please go back to browsing books. She fiddles with her pendant. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about. She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Examine the strange cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straws. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Starbane, hey, what's up? Yes, D&D makes you a Satan worshipper. Back in the 80s, many parents actually thought it's true. I know, I remember that from the 90s and so on as well. From the looks of it, this is a traditional Seminese ward meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. Wait, who are the Seminese? Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it, suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you. Pull open the curtains. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more, "Save your ears, everybody!" Oh, no voice acting. Okay, we're safe. Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limit for the customers. Her hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman. Parapsychologically speaking, we are done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous. Perception hearing. She looks away, mumbling, "Is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?" This is about the curse? That's why you're afraid? No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. She's almost begging you. Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go in there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers. The powers. But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. You do? She grabs her pendant again, visibly shaking. My God, even more reasons to not mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. I don't care. You can't stop me. Well, I'll think about it for a while. Thank you. The shopkeeper lets out a loud sigh. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown. Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. All right. Rip them apart. No, ignore the curtains for now. Oh. Wait, what's this? Fort complete. Oh, nice. We finished the fort. We finished the fort for Guillaume Le Millon. Bad news. Guillaume Le Millon did not become a cop. In 38, he went on tour to the Hisingyao province in Safre, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single Wonderland skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Rivachol in the 30s. Also as a warning. Nice. And by finishing that thought, we got +1 pain threshold, blood oxygen is boring, and all of our psych learning caps were raised by 1. Yay! Well, that's cool. So now we're like just, instead of getting a minus to logic, we're getting a +1 to pain threshold. So if I look at this, we now have pain threshold 3. Struck off the pain. They'll have to hurt you more. Shelf of crime novels. These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. Look through the display of books. Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes and the arduous, everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their life. Hey, it's /TG. How's it going? How's it going? Thanks for coming by. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of the books found on the shelf? Yeah, sure. You see Dick Mullen on the Job, Get Me Mullen, The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen, Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard, The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen, A Killing is Declared, Dick Mullen in the Murder House, The Final Case of Dick Mullen, an obvious lie, Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower, The Ordeals of Dick Mullen, Dauntless Dick, Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre, and The Murder of Dick Mullen. Wait, Dick Mullen dies? Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case. Oh, okay. Let's stop for now. Shelves filled to the brim. Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction? Oh, crime, robbery, murders. She lowers her voice. Even sexual crimes. Ooh. The only sexual crime is when I do it. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer. Apparently, you should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective. I'm just gonna go ahead and say they don't, so. A quaint picture book brochure. Very colorful. It's a tome of fascist magic. Rather candid. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. That looks like Indiana Jones right there. The plaque on the shelf reads Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. Through the display. Browsing through all the books with all the names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz by one Cecilia Averbrook. What's it about? High Speed Love chronicles the moment between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Rivacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days. I really must insist you buy one of the books. You're interrupted by the shopkeep. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rush you. You are browsing. Oh, go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce. Storekeep, anything of note in this shelf? Well, I would say, the woman hums to herself, the greatest innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentric power. Who or what is an innocence? A very influential historical figure, but surely I don't have to tell you that. She waves her hand as if casting aside the thought. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentric system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things. I thought it was about which of these innocences is like the coolest and the greatest? Perhaps for a layman. She scoffs. Deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings. Do her words seem vague and abstract to you? So you recommend it? Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise. You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside. Well, I can't get it because I don't have money, so maybe later. A map wall. Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insolent, a map of Rivachol, and a map of Martinez. Look at the map of Martinez. It's not really a map, it's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it is detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of the industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there. Storekeep, can I buy these maps? I'm sorry, officer, the map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore, and besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. Why is the one of Martinez so cheap? Oh, that old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it? What happened then? They didn't get far. For some reason... A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business. Steal it instead? Slowly you move your hand toward the map attached to the board. Before you even reach the map, you're interrupted. The lieutenant coughs sharply, then whispers, "Perhaps not. It's against RCM policy to defraud small business owners." Look at the map of Rivachol. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperant. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides. The Jardins, Stella Maris, the suburbs of St. Baptiste swallowed up into the megacity, they sound rich to you. This is the Revachol East. And west of the river? Couron. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Faubourg. It's almost as bad and much larger. And then Coal City. It's the worst. You feel that you're just west of Coal City. Somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is Le Caillou. You're here. Another, far away in the southwest, Seminese Island, Ile de Fantôme. Ozon, Laurentide, Face à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white, disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, the dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou, in a bookstore. It's you. Can you see cities on the islands? I seem to be running low on morale, yeah, I've noticed that. You can. On Caillou, Rivachol, a single black star. On Ozon, Fond de l'Air and Virmando. On Archipelagos, Croyant-Morin, Villiers. On Seminine, Olduvai. And on Laurentide, Diora of the Seven Sea. Yeah, maybe I need some tentacle porn in my life to get that moral back up. Maybe we'll find some in this bookstore. 850 million people live on these little dots. An oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history. Look at the edges. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and cosines, yeah, and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Mundi is the north azimuth, Grad is the northeast azimuth, Samara is the east azimuth, Seoul is the west azimuth. Isolas they're called. Connections to other worlds, worlds past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. My encyclopedia failed? Oh, it was impossible, okay. Distant stars? Gods? But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the isolas are immeasurably large compared to you. Very, very far away. Yes, this game is incredibly weird, but it is very good so far. I'm enjoying it quite heavily. Alright, and now we can... So, I don't actually know... Like, I can actually save the game, can I? Yeah, I can literally just, like, make a save. Okay. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, and balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on the shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. How does that work? It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Oh, you've just been lurking the whole time, Jess? Well, then you've seen everything, so I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though, it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. Does the book say anything else? The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Saraese tradition of using duck gallbladder, preservatives, to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? Find something truly otherworldly. The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale. What's the pale? The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. What's this book about? The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venig or hand broom made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pale. Sounds invigorating. It is, and good for the circulation too. What else? It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pail. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail and leave them there for 30 to 60 days depending on the potency desired. Hey Ruford, what's up? What does this pale-aged liquor do? Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. Well, that seems improbable. I should probably get my hands on some of that. What else is in it? For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need. Anything else of note? Well, there's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations. I probably need that. Excuse me, sir, I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd like to continue reading, I must insist that you buy it. Oh, alright, I guess we checked all this stuff. Let's actually talk to the lady.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
Plaisance? I thought her name is Pleasance. Anyway, the clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome. And please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask later.
Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavour. One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
Certainly, there are good things to be said about dependence. It would forge ties between us working people. Good practice for fighting our common enemy. You misunderstand me. I'm a powerful feudal lord. I demand tribute. This is about traditions.
Now, hey there! Sounds like someone isn't taking responsibility for the energy they bring into this space. Tribute, power, these are not the traditions we're used to in this part of the world.
So, are you the owner of the store?
The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration. Yeah, I think we could tell from the voice acting. Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side. I already told you it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books. She's like, she thinks that there's some psychic stuff going on, and she just like can't believe it's not working. If it's just a storage room, then why does it have a Seminese ward protecting it? It's just for decoration. She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile. Then something breaks. Okay, fine, it's because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. The DCA? Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything? She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant. Why didn't you just tell me right away it's a curse? It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism. She shivers. It's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them. Wow, void wraiths. You have new words. How does this curse manifest itself? A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around in the dimly lit store. The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease eating at the very foundation. Her voice drops to a whisper. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. She peers at the curtains again. Didn't that curtain just move? Ah, Annette mentioned that the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles. It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons. The cacodemons? What is this, doom? Feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here. Have you sought out help from anyone? Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Seminese mediators. They provided me with the wards. She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough. One sec, just a little water. Is your pendant part of the wards as well? Oh, this? She holds the pendant in her palm. Its ochre heart glistens under the lights. No, it's a special Himaian amulet blessed by desert pygmy shamans with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. She nods. It guarantees to boost sales 15%. Prepare to be reading for 50 hours straight. It binned my voice, but it's so good I couldn't stop, goddamn. Yeah, I can see this. There is a lot of reading. A lot of reading. Desert pygmy shamans? That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people. Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate, see if the curse is real. Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be so they can return to their slumber. My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective. Convince her to let you investigate. I can do it. Drama! Yes. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like. Wait, what if I don't want to lie? Ma'am, I came here to help. I have handled paranatural situations before. Are you sure? She looks skeptical. Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before. I sense the psychic emanations from afar. The sleeper beyond calls out. I have returned from the void. A para-detective from a long line of para-detectives. You're no para-detective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but you look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes. I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing. How do you know all this? Here we go. Your warts brought me here in the first place. The Semini's blood also runs through me. I am the Void Revenant. I have the powers to de-bad. No, I have the Semini's blood. You're part Semini's? Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. The hand of fate guides us. But I'm not the only one at risk. I have to drink of my daughter. Drink of my daughter. I need a drink of my daughter. Come here. Now you may go play in the playground, child. Anyway, but I'm not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us, keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us. No problem. Just ask my partner, Kim. He'll vouch for me. The lieutenant has not been listening closely enough. Oh, he mumbles in minor confusion. You've put him on the spot. I can assure you he is a police officer. Very knowledgeable. She shuffles nervously. If you promise, good officer, then... She pauses. You might be our last hope. Do you swear it? A hand on your heart. On my honor. Thank you, sir. A timid sigh of relief followed by a cautious smile. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity. Do not act surprised, you know of these things. Of course, the entity. Close your eyes, for I have sensed its presence. You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know she lives inside a chimney? Chimneys aren't big enough for that. Chimney. The passage between heaven and hell, of course. Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Key to bookstore backdoor. Nice. We're getting somewhere here. Some unnatural magic, I assume. Shivers. Ugh. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please, do return to me after you've looked around. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse, what you discover in there. Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office space, don't be scared. I've had a few more questions about the curse. Okay, but please, only a few... Oh, okay, I had other questions. What if I want to buy a book? Goodness, you were already doing good browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? She fiddles her pendant, then waves her bony fingers directly at you. Don't you feel compelled? Go, get back there. The books await you. Okay, I'll take another look. Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right? Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? Yes, of course. Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Yes. Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? 10. Certainly polite and helpful. My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. She is immensely satisfied with the answer. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. Annette is Stride the Trooper. She's a great value add. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. I get that she's a trooper, all right. She looks like she can take it, but it's actually wearing her down. You know she's been biting her nails. God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. Her voice is firm. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life. I don't think she can do anything about it. She can if she has enough willpower. That is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks. Yeah, the amount of shit that poor Kim has to tank, I can imagine. He seems to be very much the straight man to this wonderful person down here. Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You're placing an unnecessary burden on a young child. That is true, and obviously the will of the market. But maybe make an exception for your daughter? Yeah, actually it's super alright for kids to chew their hands off. Forget I said anything. What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. He's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole. All of a sudden she exhales sharply. Her shoulders slump down. Oh no. Hold on, I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There, she returns with a nod. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress. She stops, but her mouth keeps moving. Oh, little Annette is sitting over there now. Kim is great. Main reason game has no replayability since you don't want to disappoint in making alternate paths impossible. Is this husband Annette's father? Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here, he says gloomily. No matter, soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne. Wait, Grand Couronne? What's that? It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighborhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. Her smile is wide. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure. Your husband's also involved with the bookstore? He made the initial investments, and then he's been what you might call a silent partner. Super silent, almost inaudibly so. Is she an only child? Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... She pauses for a second. No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy. A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior. Why not? We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Her voice wavers a bit. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand. She catches herself in politeness. I'm sorry, I'm sure you do understand. She told me she doesn't go to school anymore. Plaisance nods. She's been too busy helping me here, so she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off. And hell freezes over? Never mind, it's not a good topic to get into. The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette. Farewell for now, book peddler. Can I talk to Annette and be all like, yo, I got you in?
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter. What are you doing now? Math. She looks into her notebook with trepidation. It's really difficult, like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Suddenly she smiles and perks up, remembering something. Oh, I found something while you were away. What is it? Oh, Dick Mullen's hat? I thought this would fit you. She gives you a hat, almost exactly like the one Dick Mullen wears on the covers. Like a thanks for helping out. Not me, the city I mean. Like a detective does. It's a fedora? Maybe? It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time. She grins with joy. You'll look way more serious with that. Suddenly, she looks back at the infernal scribblings under her nose. Right, I have to get back to my homework now before Mum notices. Man, this is hard. Yay, we got ourselves a hat. That gives us +1 encyclopedia. Dick Mullen's hat. Investigate the doomed commercial area. Search for the malignant entity. Okay. Love how far you can zoom in. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. It's trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese warts, your shadow looming over it like an omen. Hey, it's Cybot Lee, hello. Ahoy, hoy. A small terrified escapes from Plaisance as she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Looks like Guillaume Le Mignon, that hair poster. Water door. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Break the door. Unlock the door with the key. After exerting some force, you... Ow! Oh, so fuck! I just hit my finger on my desk by rolling my chair forward. Pain threshold failed. Anyway, after exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room. Kim, maybe you should go first. Detective, you're the one in charge. The lieutenant motions towards the door. Open the door and enter. Yeah, must be the curse already, seriously. It's the curse. Oh, Kim wants to talk?
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. It's the Neverworld, beyond the veil. No, it's a gym, he disagrees. Though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on. An eerie feeling rises in your chest. What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages? Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now, let's move on, shall we? Okay, so I want to equip the flashlight. It's really cool how, like, he actually moves the flashlight and stuff and allows you to look at stuff. Sand is dripping from a punching bag. This. A shot put ball. Okay. The poster says Citius Fortis. The rest is worn off. A ball used for playing shot put. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. Barbell. A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. Physical instruments, trivial success. It's 60 kilos. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar? Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell. You're right, the weights may fall off. Better not touch it. What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony. It would be a violation of APIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore. Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter? No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory. A memory from another life, when you were young and fit. Well, we would have an 8% chance of lifting this barbell. We're not really strong. Gonna need to stick Kleika into a bubble, it doesn't hurt himself? Yeah, I'm sorry, I just hit my finger just a little bit. It doesn't really hurt. Just a quick little bit. Walnut wall bars. They look unsafe. Do I take it this lights up because I have a flashlight with me? The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Huh. I really wouldn't expect this game to be like this and have like the flashlights and stuff like that and like a good atmosphere like this. This is quite awesome. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. By the way, tell me if this is loud enough and you guys can hear like the background and everything, okay? A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Like Resident Evil in isometric. Airship rotors covered in spiderwebs. They remind you of blades. Huh. A naked mannequin torso. A strange yellow color. But where are the clothes it used to display? Blue velvet, soft to the touch. Moth-bitten. Yay, money! We're getting money! We can buy, like, stuff with that. Skis with slipstream print... Oh, skis, what the fuck? Skis with slipstream printed on it. It's... They're skis. Skis. Would you like to go skissing later? Or skiing? Steel rotor blades wearing a slipstream logo. Conceptualization. Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. I don't get it. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other. But the question is, which did they start with, and which did they pivot to? That's a good question. What a strange leap of imagination. And yet they still failed. How sad. Reality is ruthless. This production schedule filament memory. The cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand, its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads, production schedule. Note, this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. Yay, more money! Oh my god, we're getting like proper money. We can buy like a map and stuff. And we can buy that weird book that we were like, you know, that was speaking to us. This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer. A radio computer, says the lieutenant, watching you circle around the machine. Just sitting here without anyone in sight. He sounds surprised and a bit cautious. Interfacing. This is the Ream Civic radio computer model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream compatible printer. Turn on the machine. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing virescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. Inside the compartment. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left tangling disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Insert the production schedule. New skill point, we leveled up, nice. Like a smooth drawer of the filament. Wait, can I do this while I'm... Yeah, I can. Okay, so what would we maybe want to level up? Encyclopedia is pretty cool. Has been helping us with a lot of stuff. I mean, Inland Empire is obviously fucking great, and I love it. I think I want to, like, do suggestion, because that is our signature skill, too, so... Suggestion urges a soft power approach. People think they want what you want, you've already won. At high level, suggestion makes you affable to everyone, more resistant to their charms. But all that schmoozing and oozing charm will make you slimy, and you'll know it even if no one else does. Low levels of suggestion, you'll have difficulty getting any kind of report with others. Yeah, we're leveling up suggestion. The book talking to you is Care Bear's movie plot? It is a Care Bear's movie plot. Press play. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air. Good afternoon. Fortress accident on Rue de Saint-Ghislain. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? What are you, a machine? Or are you alive? Yes, I'm alive. I'm 74 years old and my name is Yvonne. Now please repeat. Is this the production schedule? The lieutenant whispers into your ear. She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid. Yvonne, my partner tells me that you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid. They're merely cautious, says the old lady. It's my job to protect their filaments as a password repeater at the East Insulindian station. Okay, but where are you? How did you know where I am? I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, some static, and then I'm sitting in my cubicle surrounded by a wall of radios. Now please tell me the reason for your call, Fortress Accident. Why do you call me Fortress Accident? Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you're currently using has been registered to. Do you have any other information about this company? One moment. You hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says. That's not bad. Wow, so conceptual. And what's that, this interactive call-on radio play? The static drowns her response. Any other questions? You hear her ask when the connection finally improves. What's the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. You mean that glowing thing I put inside? Yes. Is that the production schedule? Yes. Good. Please repeat the password. Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved. You should ask her for a hint. A password? I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint? No. A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations. Is it my birthday? Still no. This is the police. Open this thing. The voice recites, I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament. I'm afraid we're not doing that unless we want to wait for a month. Now, can you please repeat the password? The voice in the machine. I don't know the password. Received. I will register this login attempt. Don't worry, passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? No, thank you. Let's press print. Mainframe, nothing happens. Okay, I guess I have to look at stuff and figure out the password from that. Project Dreadboard. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing is faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. Check the notes. The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans. Call in, tune out, Wirral untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily mini-me, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid. The grand scheme of production and money. We've got to have money. Mini-me stands for mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN, or RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes...
Oh, you like to watch?
What do we have there? We have a new follower. Jesus has my brotherly love has followed, and I have your following love. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you more in the future. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region. The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness and concludes, looks like they didn't make it. Inspect the photos. The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees groaning under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers by a boreal dwerg. Yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Awesome stream. I was just in this part of the game. This game is super awesome. Your voice suits the dialogue. Thank you very much. I'm giving my best. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. And I hope you enjoy the game when you keep playing it by yourself. Don't spoil yourself watching me, though. I feel this is a game you don't want to spoil. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way. Like eggnog. Or morphine. A much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, The Heat Death Scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe. Check the drawings. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of Welkins. You make out autumnal candle Welkins casting wax-based magic, translucent Welkins with organs shining under the skin, and even ether Welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all these creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? So I feel like this right here, these guys were the developers for the board game for this like Wirral thing, this pen and paper thing. You should adopt one of those Welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a Welkin. One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. Examine the Welkin. It's Varahamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. He's clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Holdor, the Dwerg, the humans, and even the Headless Men. All of them purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all. The lieutenant can't help but comment, an inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures. Who are these creatures? Whisper, One of them is a Welkin supremacist. Political commentary. That one has a great beard too. Kim nods at the Welkin's facial here. Why would anyone spend so much time on this? Well, some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins. Alright, we've got some other stuff to look at. Frequency fireplace. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Cadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic. Wait, hold on. How do I know what Cadran mosaic tiles are supposed to look like? History class. Students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun. What am I looking at? Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV1236, UKV1237, some written notes too. Sparse and cryptic. Radio frequencies for what? That's unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system, split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. Wait, so we're dealing with something medical here? Of course. The anatomy of the curse. Perhaps. The web is comprised of radio stations. All lead back to one red heart titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants? They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap. Wait, who's the Game Master? Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. It's interesting that Authority told me that. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency. Wait, if it's a game, then who's playing? Whoever decides to call into a call-in station, it looks like. One sec, gotta need some water. I have basically been non-stop talking, or rather reading out loud, for like 3 hours. I can feel my throat tightening. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off. My god. The lieutenant leans closer, his finger tracking the maddening rhizome. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. Why do you say that? The schedule. He nods at the calendar on the chalkboard, wiping his marker-stained fingers clean. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding. What else? Nothing. It's just lines on marble, an echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages. Scribbled across a notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Okay, let's see if we maybe, like, found our password. Good afternoon. Let's try the password. No, okay. I figured maybe we learned something, but I guess we haven't. Oh, he wants to talk.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Someone tried to exorcise the curse using technology? It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making? Yes, that is the question. The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands. Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory crafted together like a puzzle box. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it. Make it work on radio computer. Utter madness, he thinks. As a compliment. Has anyone ever done this before? Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina and Königstein. Ah, there's a German world or country in this. You know, places with industry. Not in Rivachol West, among the ruins. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology. And this was a role-playing game? Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. He points to the chalkboard. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the Viral board game, with heat death thrown in. Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished. How were they planning to do that? Through call-in stations. He nods at the fireplace. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts. Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies. What do you think happened to the company? No idea, they stopped filling out the schedule on the Sharkboard. Wow. Indeed, it's ambitious, and untethered from reality, but Lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. The curse got them. Let's finish it. The world is cold and lonely, this would keep it company, let's finish it. A half smile breaks out on his face. It's too late for that, I'm afraid, he says, looking around in the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor. Okay, he concludes. Let's keep moving. Pick dialogue options begin with hold on or wait to gain additional information. I see. This magnesium. Thank you, I'll take my morale. Wait, that's a polar bear fridge. Ice bear fridge. You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear. The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door. Crack open the door. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun. Relax, Kim. It's a fridge. Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door. The artwork really surprised me in this game. Never seen such a beautiful artwork in a game before. It's really interesting artwork, yeah. It's honestly quite a bit of the artwork, like the way that it's stylized, reminds me of the artwork that Guild Wars 2 has going and has been going for years now, for its like cutscenes and stuff like that. It's this kind of like big strokes artwork where, you know, like they use like kind of like splash paint over it, and you do like these strokes and stuff over kind of very stylized characters and things. Look inside the refrigerator. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumbled... Alright, Pondwater, have fun at dinner. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name Rivachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. Rivachol Ice City is like run by Mayor Mr. Freeze. Or just Mayor Freeze. Take the note from the door. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place? Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore? I know, says the lieutenant. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse? The bear is still costing them money to this day. The lieutenant points at the red sneaky cable running from the fridge. The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic. That's pretty hilarious. So what did I get? A handwritten note from the... A handwritten note you found from the giant fridge. Still bears some marks from Fruit Shake's kitchen mat. The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on the surface. Does it say anything interesting? The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumbled note over his shoulder. This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the film in memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sulisla. Wonder who wrote that note. Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. Maybe it's because of the entity. That's implausible. Remind me again, what's a filament memory? It belonged inside a radio computer storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer. Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Some local miscreant, probably. There are tons of them running around in Martinez, ready to stir up trouble. We usually dispatch our junior officers to deal with them. A polar bear? Ice creams? I bet it's Klondike Bar. They have a polar bear in the logo. They do have a polar bear in the logo. Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be? I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge. Probably over there, following this. The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now. Central furnace. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony. Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace? Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire, only dead rats. At the furnace. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other near the smoke chamber upstairs. What are you doing? The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm hallucinating. Or maybe the entity. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone... no, it's the entity. Wait, really? The lieutenant sounds concerned. Take your head out of the chimney, please. It's not safe. It feels safe to know that the lieutenant's got your back. Now and always. Yell hello into the furnace. Those voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity. Blazen said it lives in a chimney. You're right, the rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind. Always has to be the skeptic, this man. Smear your hands with coal. A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramud Karsay, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint. Hadramut Karsay, smear your cheeks black with coal. 3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul. What are you doing? I am the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmaran warrior. Please wipe your face clean, officer. No, you're a proud warrior, keep it. God damn it, -1, Kim doesn't trust it. Don't wipe it. Yeah, we did it! We didn't wipe it, 28%. These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them. We're exploring this dark place, and I need the protection my warplate affords. And this protects you? This is a traditional warplate. It will grant me safe passage with the spirits that guard this place. Okay, sure. Go ahead. He stubbornly looks away from you and the furnace. Just pointing out, this is not traditional Zeminese warpaint. No idea where you got it. Okay, +1 war painted your face. Oh, we didn't do it. You muster all your strength and you yell, hey, hey. Your dehydrated, hungover throat can produce little more than a dry croak. A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you. The chatter from the chimney continue on as before. You seem to have made no impression on whatever's up there. Then again, maybe it's worth actually trying something up there? Maybe you should let your voice rest, officer. Try again later. Kick it with your foot. Ah! No! Why do I keep doing this? I keep kicking things and I keep hurting myself. God damn it. Can I kill myself with this? Oh god. Oh no. You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. I'm sure it's just heartburn. Oh god. No, it's many years of combined self-neglect and self-abuse. Try to remain conscious. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face like you always thought you would. You only say pain and fear. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met, Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer commented. That ain't easy on the ticker. He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague, but I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case. But the future refused to change. Seriously. God damn it, why did it autosave me here? That's a terrible autosave. Wait, that means that I don't have the war phase thing going. God damn it, what was the... Did I already look at all of this? No, I don't. Oh, I have to go through all of this again? I probably should have saved, huh? Ah, well. I think what we're gonna be doing here is, since I have to kind of like, go through all of this again, we will be stopping here. Like, I'm just gonna go through all of this. There we go. And I'll be making a save here. Because, yeah, we have been playing for almost 3.5 hours, so... Wait, I can press F5 for save it? Oh, the game has quick saves. I didn't even know the game has quick saves. I didn't really figure that. Alright, but yeah, so we finish on our first death, which happened by us, you know, hitting a furnace with our foot 2 times. We're a wreck. We're basically a wreck. Like, it's a wonder that we can even still move and our legs aren't, like, breaking from every step. But anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you had a ton of fun. And yeah, this is Disco Elysium. We'll be continuing this. So keep an eye out on my Twitter and keep an eye out on course of Twitch when I'm online. And we'll be continuing this because it looks like a fantastic game, plays fantastically, and destroys my voice with all of the readings. So you guys get everything. Dead Geica and a cool game. So see you guys next stream. Have fun. Bye bye.